them. And if they bump me again, you're the only one I want. All of them, I want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romancy, oh yeah. My body's so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from big testing, oh yeah. Falling hard for you, oh yeah. Hard times too, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. Feeling my back too, oh yeah. All of them, I want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romancy, oh yeah. My body's so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from big testing, oh yeah. Now I'm for you, oh yeah. All for you, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. Are you feeling my back too, oh yeah. My baby tell me say, she love my style. She really wanna be the one to walk down. Let me just die if I ever break your heart. If I ever lie, if I ever leave you, let me bow. Everything going up, you the only one who keeps me calming down. The way you give me peace of mind, I know that you don't ever wanna see me frown. Now they got love I'm looking for, doing anytime. Where you are, where you come from, where you from come. Son, I must not wanna compare. Oh, no, sorry, what she doesn't compare. Oh, no. Boy, if you force her to show yourself, she will lay you down flat, that's so bad. Oh, no. That's my baby, yeah. You can blow all your own race. That's my baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. All of them, now they want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romancy, oh yeah. My body's so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from big testing, oh yeah. Falling hard for you, oh yeah. Hard comes too, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. Feeling my back too, oh yeah. All of them, now they want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romancy, oh yeah. My body's so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from big testing, oh yeah. Now I'm for you, oh yeah. All for you, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. Are you feeling my back too, oh yeah. I feel you. Frankie.
Morning, people. Good morning. Just bear with us, eh? Pretty sure my people are changing power source or something, but they're gonna be back over shortly. I hope you all are doing good. I'm doing great. I thank God. God is good. Today is the 23rd, right? All right. It seems that they are back.
From the top to my left on Facebook.
Allen Bernard International, or ABR, is a management consulting firm with a team of consultants and associates who focus on growing and transforming home healthcare agencies, nonprofits, and small businesses in other industries as well as individuals. Our services include ABR Business Support Services, ABR Accounting and Tax Services, and ABR anti-money laundering compliance services. At ABR, we bring to each assignment dedication and commitment, experience and skills, performance-based process, integrated solution teams, and client relations. For more inquiries on our services, call phone number 469 378 3955. That's Allen Bernard International or ABR, transforming business through ideas.
Don't sleep, come.
When you talk durable, environmental friendly, and an all-weather surface smoothener, the only name that comes to mind is Zize Quality Paints. Zize Quality Paints come in all color and is produced in the USA. You don't have to worry anymore, because with Zize Quality Paints, you can change from oil to water-based paint with no damage to your wall or surface. And also, Zize Paint doesn't peel your wall. The good news is we can customize your paint based on your preference. Locate our offices in Police Academy Junction, RRA Highway, and our newly opened branch at LMC Junction, St. Paul Bridge, Bourgeois Island. For the first of its kind in Liberia, Zize Quality Group of Companies Incorporated introduces the Painter Referral Cash Commission. Professional painters can earn referral cash commission ranging from $5 United States dollars to $375 United States dollars when your client buy minimum total sale value greater than or equal to $200 United States dollars per transaction. This offer runs from September 5th, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. Interested professional painters can contact any of our Zize Quality Paint store locations. This is our way of appreciating our valued professional painters for their support and continuous commitment to doing business with us. The qualification is just simple. You must be a professional painter. Referral cash commission is based on per transaction and not on accumulated purchases. For more information, call phone numbers 0777 366 142 or 0555 386 177. Zize Quality Paints, give your property a shine.
Let me see.
Made with ginger, coconut water, natural juice flavor, vitamins and minerals is Muncie Power Drink. Muncie Power Drink helps reduce high blood pressure, get rid of toxins, help improve children and adult memory. It also helps the body fight effects of excess sugar. Muncie Power Drink has no added sugar, no artificial flavors, and all natural ingredients. It is a healthy drink for just everybody. It has 4 natural juice flavors: pineapple, mango, strawberry, and turmeric. For wholesale or retail purchase, visit major supermarkets across Monrovia and its environs. If you are outside Monrovia, you can do your purchase at Kakata Supermarket and Ataro Business Center in Ganta. You can also visit our store on the O Road, right next to the American School. For more information, call us on 0770 307 572 or 0776 580 730. Muncie Power Drink, not just your regular energy drink.
And I want to carry my...
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as $500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Town, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Welcome to the program. Today is the 23rd of January 2023. The time in Monrovia, Liberia is 10:30 a.m. The time in Delaware is 5:30 a.m. It's a good thing to be here. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you listening, watching around the world, and those of you listening via radio, though we are on live, and those of you watching via Facebook and YouTube and listening via um, the online radio streaming apps, TuneIn, MyTuner, and the website, and those of you who will listen to the podcast that are on SoundCloud. We're glad to be here. Good morning, Baga. How was your weekend?
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. Well, the weekend was great. Spent it with family that were just all about it, and it was good from my end.
That's very good. Well, I thank God. Mine was good as well. I spent Saturday night in New York, and I went for a meeting, spent the night there, and then we picked J&B up to the airport early morning, Sunday morning, and we came back, and then I went to church. Then I came back. Then I went and hung with them for a while. Then I left. So yes, so we thank God. Everything's fine. Yep, everything is good. So today we just want to officially inform you, those of you who are not aware, the standard bearer of the United Party, former Vice President of the Republic, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, is in the United States for a very, very, very important trip. It's a very important trip. He's going to be engaged in a series of activities that will see him travel from here to Washington, D.C. to meet with some political people, and he's going to meet with lots of other people. Then he's going to go to North Carolina, then he's going to go to Georgia. Yeah. So, and then of course he's going to attend a fundraiser for the Joseph Human Walker Charity Foundation, which we're still working on. It is not, we haven't fixed a date yet for it. Once it's decided, we're going to inform the public. Yeah. So, but JB is doing well, very, very well. Drove from the airport, came to the residence, and he watched his Arsenal game against my Man United, and they beat us 3. And he was in there mocking us. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Baga, which team do you support if you do have a team? Do you follow football?
The greatest Barcelona, a team of all teams.
I don't know why I've never really liked Barcelona. I think the reason I never liked Barcelona is because Barcelona, they just used to just, I mean, eviscerate all the other teams, just humiliate them. I mean, I was like, come on, this can't be fair. That's when you had Ronaldinho, Andre Iniesta, Messi,
Samuel Eto'o.
Renato,
Samuel Eto'o.
John,
let me say Terry Henry.
I mean, I was like, no, this can't be fair. I mean, even one team got all the good players. I mean, so I just never liked them. I think that was the reason why I just never liked them. Yeah, but yeah, they are a great team. Of course, they clearly are. I don't know whether they're still great as they used to be. Yep.
It remains the biggest team, though. It remains the biggest team in the world. FC Barcelona, Football Club Barcelona is the biggest team in the world, and nothing can change that. No matter
You
what,
know,
the situation at Barcelona will be the biggest team.
here's what I would say to you: youth football fans are some of the most unrealistic, and you just your team is always the best, is always the biggest, is always everything. So I don't look. Never accept any account from a football fan about their team. So I don't. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna take your words with a grain of salt. If somebody else is on here, my brother Sammy Duma is saying Real Madrid is the best. There you go. That age-old rivalry between Barcelona and Real Madrid never ends. It never ends. But hey, we're glad to be here. Bogai, I just want to throw this out there. Very important stuff. The Liberian consulate in Georgia, in the United States, in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. When you don't have a consulate there, right, Bogai?
Mm.
The
Mhm.
consulate issues visas and all that kind of stuff for people. And there's this lady, this American lady called Cynthia Blandford. She has been managing that consulate. She's a consul general there. She's been there for a long time. I'm sure Ellie made her a consul general, and she's still there. They put out this press release a few days ago, 3 days ago, actually. This official press release from the Liberian Consulate General, the Republic of Liberia, Georgia. So this is the press release, January 20, 2023, for immediate release. Liberian Consulate in Georgia visa services. Dear members of the Liberian community, business partners, clergy, and friends of Liberia, please be informed that until further notice, the Liberian Consulate in Georgia is currently out of visa stamps and will not be able to assist your request for visa services at this time. Please send your request for visas to either the Liberian Embassy in Washington, D.C., or the consulate in New York for further services. For those who have already sent your documents to our office, we are putting your documents in overnight mail to the Liberian Embassy in Washington, D.C. for handling. If you have any questions, please contact our office at 404-565-1154 or the Liberia Embassy at 202-723-0437. We aim to provide the best possible customer service, and we will do our best to assist you. Wishing you all the best. Wishing you all the best in the new year. Kind regards, Cynthia Blandford, Honorary Consul, Republic of Liberia, Georgia. Now, okay, listen to this. Did you just understand this letter I read? This press release, I'm sorry. The consulate in Georgia, the Liberian consulate in Georgia, a state that has a huge Liberian population. A press release a few days ago saying that they are unable to issue visas at this time because they are out of visa stamps. Hello? What do you make of that, boy? Give me a view, and then I have to take this call quick.
Well, it's just an act of incompetence on the part of the government that they want to do this because you going out of steam to issue visa to Liberians that want their passport or Liberian that want to travel from America to Liberia. It's just a sign of incompetence. In this weird government, every sector of this country It's been damaged by them. It's absolutely been damaged by them. What will it takes to get a visa in your book? Now you say you are out of STEM. Probably this could be a sign of, you know, letting Liberians know that the job is bigger, the joy is bigger than them. They are not able to handle what they have been given. A common STEM that you need in your passport can be given to you. A STEM. That send a message out that if government is incapable to do anything in our in our in this country. All of Liberia is problem. In Liberia is problem. You go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here, even to get your own passport is another issue. Not talking about the consulates across the globe. So now here is it. Liberia, just to get a visa stem in your book in Georgia, they're saying they are out of STEM. What message does that send to you? So how will Liberians that are in that area go about traveling from America to Liberia, even if they have planned their travels previously? How will they go about that? They have to wait, or they have to travel to another state. They have to travel to Washington, D.C. just to obtain a visa in their book. That's being incompetence. Absolutely. And this is not just based on Liberians or other foreign nationals who want to travel to Liberia. They need the STEM in their book. But here is it. They are telling us that they are run out of STEM. STEM? It should be the least thing that a consulate should run out of. An embassy should run out of. The least thing we should run out of is STEM. So now, if I were living in Georgia, they are not referring me to Washington, D.C. to go and get STEM in my book before traveling. So I have to go to Washington, D.C., come back, and then before making my trip, you know how much I'll be spending? You know how many persons you are discouraging now to come to Liberia as a government? You know how many persons you are discouraging? Because if you just can give a STEM in a book, and what next become, even if somebody apply for passport, what would they get? When they get STEM in a book, then a passport they will apply for. It's just a waste of time, and that's totally been incompetent. Costa.
Well, it is embarrassing, Buckeye, for people who have to travel to Liberians who have American passports who do not have a Liberian passport because they are now legally allowed to have a Liberian passport alongside their U.S. passport. Uh, Unfortunately, the embassy runs out of visa stamps. Are you kidding? I mean, can you imagine that visa stamps? I mean, the consulate it's just it's ridiculous. It is very very ridiculous. We want to pause at this time to shout out our friends at Sika Motors, Liberia's premier wholesale distributor and importer of all things Toyota, and one of the world's leading durable brands in automobiles. And they also import and sell Mitsubishi products, Yamaha products. And so make a stop by today at Sika Motors at their offices at Sion Town and take a walk around to show you around their showroom, meet their very professional staff. Sika Motors is offering a deal that perhaps no one else is offering. If you are qualified, if you are with a number of select banks with which they deal, you could drive away with a brand new Toyota vehicle with just measly monthly payment of $500 a month. Yep. So yes, stop by Sika Motors today and ask for our good friends, and they will take you around, and you could drive away with a brand new Toyota vehicle. Wonderful. Now, Bagai, have we heard anything of late from the National Elections Commission? Does it look like voter registration will actually commence on the 20th of March? The 20th of March is not far, Bagai.
Mm-hmm. And on the scene issue, before I can come to the National Elections Commission, people are planning their trip to come to Liberia to get registered. And if the consulate in Georgia not able to issue a stamp, we can say these are all signs that the government trying to stop Liberians from coming to exercise their right, Costa.
You could say that.
Yeah.
You could say that, Bagai. But to be honest, this is just useless. Why would a consulate run out of visa stamps? I mean, something as cheap and simple as that. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense at all. Have you followed of late the hoopla back and forth between Sam Jackson and Edwin Snow? Did you see where Sam Jackson said and Edwin Snow did indeed confirm that he offered Sam Jackson a consultancy from Western Cluster people? Okay. I mean, does Edwin Snow work for Western Cluster?
Costa.
Should he be the one offering people who are critical of the company and the company's operations? Should he be the one offering them consultancy contracts from the company? I mean, this is blatant conflict of interest, and that Edwin Snow would even publicly acknowledge this just tells you how very sad a place our country has become. That a sitting senator would acknowledge and confess that he offered a consultant contract to a harsh public critic of a company in his county.
Costa, well, you know.
This is a bribe, Waka. Basically, Edwin Snow is confessing to offering Sam Jackson a bribe to silence him. It was a hush contract. Mr. Jackson is complaining about Western Cluster. A whole range of things he's complaining about, as are we all. And then what happens is that Edwin Snow then offers Mr. Jackson a consultant contract. Are you freaking kidding me? What does that tell you? It tells you that Mr. Snow is an employee of sorts, of Western Cluster, which he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be, because he is a sitting senator representing the county in which Western Cluster operates. But then again, Borkai, this is the level to which Liberia has fallen. That a sitting senator is unafraid to publicly admit to offering a bribe. To offering a bribe to a Liberian citizen who criticizes a company operating in his county, a company which financed his campaign to become senator in 2020. In some other, in a decent civilized country, because Liberia is not a decent country, it's not a decent place, Edwin Snow would be prosecuted. He would be investigated by the ethics committee of the Liberian Senate. If they had one, I don't think they have an ethics committee. He would be investigated, and if found culpable of possible attempt to bribe, he will be recommended for prosecution to the Minister of Justice. I mean, when do we ever become that country where where you as a lawmaker, you as a public servant, would be afraid how to conduct yourself and things you can say publicly? I mean, that Edwin Snow admitted that he offered Sam Jackson a consulting contract. You offer Sam Jackson a consulting contract?
What's the position in the company that you offering a person?
Criminality and the culture of impunity have become so normalized and integrated within Liberian political lifeblood and society that people can openly admit to committing corruption and nothing happens to them. Target. I pray for a day that such a thing does not happen. When will we ever get there? Amen. When will we ever get there?
And you know, when the citizens of Bombay raised the issue about the agreement between Western Costa and the government of Liberia, later on, Erin Snow came up and said, "Oh, the people of Bombay County doesn't want to listen to him. He are only working in the interests of the citizens of Bombay. So now he's no longer going to be speaking for Western Cluster, or he's not going to be between Western Cluster and the citizen of Bombay, so he have taken a hand from in everything." I asked myself, I say, why is he acting like he was working on behalf of the people of Bombay when he was working his own interests? Snow is an individual that doesn't work in the interest of any Liberian. Something that is in the interest of Snow is what he go for. Anything that will benefit Snow is what he go for. When you think that the relationship between Western Cluster and Edwin Mervyn Snow is based on the people of Bombay, you are lying to yourself. Snow will never work in the interest of anybody, only himself. He's a self-centered man, and that's what he's going for. So if he's saying that, oh, he want to offer a consultancy job for to Samuel Jackson, Costa, you will know that he's already in a system of Western Cluster, and he dictate to them what to do and what not to do. That's just a message that's out there. Yes.
Precisely. But Bogai, hold on. I just got a sensitive information from an inside scoop, a very well-placed, reliable source. And he said to me, and I quote, the whole running out of visa stamps thing in Georgia at the consulate, he said it's a scam. He said it's a lie. He said the reason is because the same way they were planning to outsource or to turn over the visa operations to a Ghanaian firm called VSF Global in Minnesota, is the same plan they have to turn over the operations in Georgia to the same firm so that they can provide the visa services online. Are you listening? So the whole scam is that they're making the consulate announce that they have visa stamps and telling them to redirect their passports to the consulate in New York and the embassy in DC so that they're preparing the way to turn over operations to that firm. That is the plan. It's a whole game. That's what the source just told me. They are not out of visa stamps. They are preparing to turn over operations to the firm. Now, you remember the last time when we heard that they were planning, when we read that document, if you published it, for the Minister of Foreign Affairs, they were shutting down the operations in Minnesota, which would affect thousands and thousands of Liberians and non-Liberians who go there to get visas and passports. When we exposed that, and a couple of days later, they say, okay, we're suspending the turnover, the plan to turn over to this firm. We're going to suspend the turnover for 3 months, and we're going to send a delegation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to sit down with the folks there in Minnesota, the Liberian community, which is the largest single largest Liberian community in the United States. And we're going to sit down with them, and we're going to explore the possibility of finding an alternative because of public pressure. You see that? So the guy just said to me, hey, don't believe them. This whole thing about running out of visa stamps at the consulate in Georgia is a lie. It's a facade. It's a decoy. What they actually going to announce in no time is that VSF Global, which has been pushing to be awarded the contract all over the place, not just in not just in Minnesota, but at every consulate everywhere. They want all the visa issuing services, the passport services, all those services to be transferred to them so that they are in charge. And who's pushing them? D-Max Akimaya, because they are giving him a huge prize. Okay, let me ask you a question. We talk about corruption all the time. I'm going to ask you this question. I'm sorry I'm going to ask you, but I'm going to be disappointed if you don't give me the right answer. Which which time, during which process do government officials collect the most money? There are two key processes. Which one is the most common one that they collect the most money from, the most kickback, the most bribe? Which process, which exercise that government officials perform that creates an opportunity for them to solicit and receive huge kickbacks?
One is a concession agreements.
Yeah, but concession is not the most common.
And then the passport and other issues.
Procurement.
Yeah.
Whenever they are awarding contracts, procurement.
Procurement, yeah.
Yes, the number one source of corruption in government is during the procurement process. That is why you need to watch procurement very closely. Every time a contract, a service, a government service is being awarded to a private company, that process provides the single greatest opportunity for corruption. Every single year, government awards contracts worth tens of millions of dollars. Procurement process, the awarding of contracts. They don't steal the salaries. No, the salary is fixed. They don't have much money for petty cash disbursement. No, but the award of contracts, that is where they build mansions from. That is where they buy big cars from. That is what So every time the government people award a contract, they make a whole lot of money. Because guess what? They begin to already solicit bribes or kickbacks from the bidders. Some of the bidders, they pay them bribes or kickbacks on the promise that they would be awarded the contracts, but oftentimes the contract will go to somebody else, the person who pays the highest amount of money. So, the next time, I want you to remember this. The number one source of corruption in almost every government around the world is the procurement and the contract awarding processes. That is when they make the most money. Our people need to know that they don't steal that much money from the budget. They put a little money here and there in the budget, but procurement process is the most common form of corruption, most common source. Corruption is defined by the World Bank to exist in four main forms. Four. I'm going to define them. This is the World Bank's definition. Bribery. That is when you pay a government service provider or a government officer to provide you a service that you may not be qualified for, or to award you something you may not be qualified for. That's bribery. Extortion. That is when a government officer, a government official, demands money from you in exchange for a service or something, or to let up on you to get away with something. That's extortion. Number three, embezzlement. That is when they take government money directly and steal it. Money meant for a certain project or certain purpose is taken and stolen. That's embezzlement. Number four is fraud. These are the four main forms of corruption defined and accepted universally by the World Bank. Is fraud. Now, what is fraud? Fraud is when a government officer or official colludes, connives, schemes, and goes in bed with someone either inside the government or outside the government to defraud the government, to steal from the government. Let's say, for example, the government is supposed to pay $2 for this item. And then you connive with the vendor who is supplying the item to say that the item is actually $4. That's fraud. That's an example of fraud. You're defrauding the government. You're committing fraud. So corruption exists in four main forms. And the most common form, the most prominent source of corruption is what? The awarding of contracts. That is what happens. So every time a contract is awarded, that's what you see. That's why you see the Election Commission boss. We heard all the noise about contract. All the times we've heard about corruption from David Etta Brown Lasana at the neck. During which process did we hear of the corruption? The awarding.
When you are giving a contract, awarding contract.
You understand? You got to know this. And she awarded a contract to her brother, a blatantly over
To her brother.
contract to her brother, $182,000, whopping amount of money, to provide thermometer rental services.
Thermometer. Yeah.
To rent thermometers, $200 thermometers, $300 thermometers, to rent them for 20 pieces of thermometer for $20-something thousand a piece. So it is the awarding of contracts, why? So we as a government that really wants to fight corruption, we have to find a way to ensure that we can digitally, that we can make the contract awarding process so transparent and so difficult for people who are presiding over these contract awarding processes to steal from them. That's what we need to do, because oftentimes government doesn't get value for money. Because say this thing should be $2, and you and the vendor go into you go in cahoots with the vendor, and what do? You tell the vendor to inflate the cost for the government to buy something that should be sold for $2. You tell the vendor to make it $4 so that the vendor can give you 50 cents or $1. You and the vendor split the rest. It happens all the time. Value for money. It's a critical thing. So let's go back to this thing. So that is why Bwaga is beneficial to them to award these contracts all the time. They're constantly looking for ways to award contracts because that's when they make their breaks. They're planning to outsource this thing. So they're going to be issuing the visas online. Yeah, online visas to go to Liberia. And they say they have other visa stamps. There you go, my man. There you go. Now, so it's a very serious issue. It's a very, very serious issue. Now let's go to the political front in the country. The CDC folks. Now I have the profile. Oh, I'm sorry, the company is not Ghanaian. The company is actually from South Africa. VSF Global is from South Africa. Let me check their profile. I just received their profile right here. It's a South African firm, the world's largest visa outsourcing services specialist. So now this company probably has already given some good money to our government officials, okay? Since its inception in 2001, VFS Global, a pioneer of the industry, is the world's largest outsourcing and technology services specialist for governments and diplomatic missions worldwide. We manage administrative and non-judgmental tax for visa and consular services, allowing governments to focus purely on critical decision-making and assessment. Their headquarters, they're based in Zurich, Switzerland. They're also in Dubai, UAE. Ooh, I see. So they are a South African firm, okay? They've been around for 19 years, since 2001. They are in 144 countries around the world. That's where they all operate. They have 34,000. They have 3,498 application centers. They're currently serving 63 client governments, 63 client governments they're serving. 229 plus million applications processed, 100 plus million biometric enrollments used by 38 client governments in 138 countries. They have 7,200 plus employees, and their employees comprise 116 nationalities. There you go. So we have all the information about them. They are not Ghanaian. They are not Ghanaian. They are South African. So they can afford to pay a big bribe. You understand about that? They can afford to do what? Pay a big bribe. Now, one of the things they're going to do, yes, Big Brother ABK, you got it right. Visa prices will go up. Currently, Liberians pay what, 150, 175 or thereabouts for a visa. The price is going to go up. The price is going to go up. That's what they're going to do, okay? They're going to increase the price. Because guess what? After they have paid your government officials a huge bribe, the next thing they're going to do, they're going to have to make up for that. How are they going to make up for it? They're going to increase the price of the visas. That's what they're going to do. We're not saying they're not going to be able to get the job done. They've been around for long. Their profile looks good, but Boakai, they're going to make it more expensive. And what difference so much? How much better? I mean, currently, the consulates around the place, they are doing okay to get a visa. So what extra benefit would we be gaining from having them have this contract? Nothing extra. We're going to move to something else here, Boakai. When word got out some 2 weeks ago that the former Vice President Joe Boakai was feeling unwell and he checked himself into a local hospital, there were people who were celebrating. Two groups of people. One, the CDC people. Two, the ANC people. And they didn't hide it. They did not pretend to be happy that Boakai was sick. They were hoping that Boakai was sicker than he was actually sick. Yeah, you know how you feel unwell and somebody's hoping that you are actually worse off than you say you are. Because they felt that it would benefit them if Boakai is sick. That's what they felt in their twisted minds. So then they saw Joe Boakai out. We published pictures and videos so they can see him. Yesterday morning, we picked him up from the airport. They saw those pictures again, Boakai. I published them on my social media. They're all over the place. Tons of people have published them as well. They're not happy. Why does he look well? Hey, man, why is he not in a wheelchair? And let me tell you something. Joe Boakai walked straight from the gate where the plane put him down all the way. It's a long distance. If you're familiar with JFK, he didn't get in a wheelchair to be rolled away. No, he walked all the way from where they put him down at JFK, all the way to the exit of the terminal. Terminal 4, JFK. He walked. How many of you are familiar with Terminal 4, JFK? I've used it tons of times. Boakai, because sometimes you will walk for 1 mile or 2 miles. Well, yeah, they've got conveyor. I mean, they've got the thing there. You can stand on it. It will roll you away for a while. But Boakai is a long walk. Boakai walked. Joe Boakai walked from the point where they put him down all the way. It's a long walk. That's not a small walk. I'm telling you. And he walked all the way and came to us. Was standing there, Mr. Anthony Kesley, who was a senior policy advisor to the former vice president when he was vice president. He's still part of the team, a very resourceful member of the Boakai team. He's currently, so he and I were standing there, waiting, stood there waiting for a long time until they got out. So then we took pictures. In fact, it was Mr. Kesley's idea we should take pictures. So we took the pictures, and then we eventually published the pictures. Mr. Charles Snyder took some great shots. We took the pictures, we published the pictures. Here is the point. When they see those pictures of Boakai looking so healthy, Boakai, then they saw the pictures of Boakai watching the Arsenal-Man U game, which Arsenal beat Man U 3-2. Then they said, but what's going on? We thought the man would be on a stretcher.
Stretcher to the clinic, to the hospital.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't they tell us that Joe Boakai would be on a stretcher? Wasn't he supposed to be medically evacuated? Now let me tell you something. Then the others, some of them just suddenly became completely disarmed and they just stopped talking. But my friend Kalasco has been on Facebook writing all kinds of nonsense. And people will be like, oh, yeah, respond to Kalasco. Why go write something responding to Kalasco? The CDC people were hoping and praying that Joe Boakai, who will beat them, is so sick that he would not be able to beat them. Yo, oh, Joe Boakai, let him be sick. Hey, God will beg you. Hey, God will beg you. Let Joe Boakai get sick so bad he will not be able to run. That's the kind of prayer you go pray. God can answer that prayer, Boakai. Boakai, you know that, right?
Sure.
I said, come on, you go to the medicine man, you must go to. Because they're not going to get our prayer and say, God, hey, God, I beg you, let the man get stronger. Hey, God, let the man lay down. I beg you. God does not answer that sort of prayer. God does not do that. Because it is not what God does. You understand? So, they see Joe Boakai. And people be like, why you keep posting pictures of Joe Boakai? Boakai, why shouldn't we? And our people are happy. A few people don't want it because you know what? The people who don't want us posting pictures of Joe Boakai are the people who want to perpetuate this evil, malicious myth that Boakai is so sick and he suffered a massive stroke. And they don't want to see him looking healthy. You see, now they're laughing watching the Arsenal Man U game. Yesterday, the man had just flown 10 hours, Boakai. The man has just flown 10 hours. Listen to this. I've flown many times. Long flights. The flight time from Accra, Ghana, Kotoka International Airport Terminal 3, non-stop at 540 or 550 miles per hour at ground speed in that big jet, all the way to Terminal 4, John F. Kennedy International Airport is 10 hours. 10 hours in the air, non-stop. There's something called jet lag. When you fly in a plane at that altitude, it's not easy. Your body, you are bound to be fatigued. It's called jet lag.
Sure.
Joseph Boakai, we picked him up yesterday morning. I drove all the way. We were lecturing from JFK all the way to Delaware. We were lecturing. We got down to the house. We took the suitcases out, wanted him to go upstairs. He sat in the living room. We started lecturing again. We prayed. The first thing we did, Jake Kabakoli said, gentlemen, let's pray. Joe Boakai said, yes. We prayed for their successful and peaceful and safe arrival. And then the football game was just about to come on. Of course, he went up, got himself ready and came back downstairs and watched the football game and entertained some visitors before he retired to rest later on. But I'm like, what? If you took a 9-10 hour flight, that long, and you came home, one of the first things you want to do, you want to go sleep. Now, the point I wanted to make is this. Sekou Carrasco, Carrasco, I want to say this to you. You're a very blessed young man. I've known you for a long time, and you are a nice guy. But your attitude has been reckless over the last few days.
Totally reckless.
Reckless and irresponsible of someone who is supposed to be the official aide to the President of the Republic. But you know what, Carrasco, my friend? That you have been doing this, that you did this for 2 days in a row, just on Facebook, posting rubbish about Joe Boakai, means that your boss, the president, enjoys it.
Approve of it.
That reckless idiot of a president, your boss, approved of your behavior.
Yeah.
That is why you, Carrasco, have been. That is exactly why we refused to take any money from the government of Liberia. Not from Jovial, but even from the government to which the former vice president is entitled. We refuse to take it. Are you listening? We refuse to take any assistance, financial assistance or otherwise, from the Liberian government. Exactly because of one thing. You know what that one thing is? The way George Weah behaved in 2019, when the former vice president lost his mother-in-law, the mother of Mrs. Katumwa Boakai. When George Weah sent through Edwin Snow, the same Edwin Snow, ugly Snow, $2,500 as his normal yard. The Liberian said normal yard, my people. As when Joe Weah sent out $2,500, which Joe Boakai did not ask for, he sent it by Edwin Snow. Please go and convey my condolences to the VP on the loss of his mother-in-law. This is a small token. Snow took the money to Joe Boakai, and Joe Boakai accepted the token because that's what a decent person would do. Even if I didn't ask you for something, I lost. In Africa, we do that. You lose a relative, you lose a lost one. People can come and sympathize with you in so many ways and forms. And one of which is to what? Give you a little thing to identify with the family. When Snow brought that money, and the Boakai family accepted out of the graciousness and the kindness of their heart. And guess what? December 19, 2019, we entered Liberia to a mammoth reception from the Liberian people. It was called Henry Costa Day. And John Weah was pressed to go on the radio the next day, December 20th. You remember what?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, they say, my man, you can't sit down here. That picking can't to Monrovia. You shake the whole town down. It made you look like you picking. You ran away. You went to the barrier and all. You got to go on the radio and go talk. You, the president in the town. You, the man. We entered Liberia on December 19, 2020. John Weah ran to the radio on December 20th, the very next day. He was vexed. Joe Boakai ungrateful. They are supporting Costa, and Costa coming to the town here. They're coming to protest, and they're talking about the government will move, and how, when you want to lot die, I say in 2,500. He didn't call the amount because he wanted the amount to sound big. So he never called the amount. We had never disclosed the amount. How did we know the amount? From JMB. And Edwin Snow confirmed it. What did we do, Boakai Kamara? We were offended.
We raised that money.
Right on this platform. We raised the
Costa Show.
$2,500 and we called Edwin Snow to say the money you brought, you delivered to JMB as a token, as a sympathy token from the president when his mother-in-law passed. We want to return that money. Edwin Snow said, well, Costa, you and I never had any money dealing, so I will not receive any money from you to take back to the president. I deliver the money to JMB. If JMB wishes for me to take the money back, let JMB give me the money. So what? Then what did we do? Okay, you finish it. What did we do at that point when Snow said that?
Yeah. So the other folks there, my guys there at the office, we went to JMB. We turned the money over to JMB. The 2,500 USD.
And then what did JMB do after you turned the 2,500?
JMB called Edwin Snow to come and pick the money up.
And what did Edwin Snow say?
He refused. He didn't come. He didn't turn out. Up
and
to
when
now,
he refused, what did JMB do? JMB sent him a message on WhatsApp. Now, the time you remember when you're on Spoon Talk, like they talking about JMB threatening his life? JMB sent a message on WhatsApp, say, Edwin, if you don't come for this money, now I know. People used to tell me I cannot trust you, but you have shown yourself. You set me up by bringing this money to me. I'm calling you for aid. You're refusing to come for the money. Edwin Snow refused to collect the money from JMB to take it back to George Weah. He refused to do that. Then he had the audacity to carry his ugly self to Spoon Talk that night to say that JMB threatened his life in a WhatsApp exchange. That is when they called me and I dealt with him because JMB was calling him to come collect the money to take it back to George Weah. He said he would not take the money back to George Weah. Then JMB said, oh, but I know that thing was a setup. You brought this money to me and said, oh, JMB, President Weah say, this is to send number to you and the family. 2005. What is 2005? They accepted the money because that's what decent people do. But then John Weah goes on the radio and talks about the money, so carry the money back. Edwin Snow said no. From that experience, why am I, re-narrating this story, which has been told many times? But listen to the reason why I'm narrating the story in consonance with what Carrasco has been doing or did for several days on Facebook. From that singular experience, the Boakai family made a decision. I didn't say Costa family. I am not part of the family. The Boakai family made a decision that even though Mr. Boakai is former vice president of the Republic, entitled by law to certain benefits, Mr. Boakai will not receive those benefits or will not ask for those benefits from this Weah government because they are very childish and they are very irresponsible. So Boakai, imagine the man saying, you know what? Yes, I'm entitled to certain benefits, but I'm not going to push for those benefits because they're going to make it look like Joe Weah did a personal favor for me. So let's when they heard that former Vice President Boakai was unwell and had checked himself into a local hospital, they reached out. They reached out to the Boakai family. When they reached out to the Boakai family, the person they reached out to, the person called Mrs. Boakai. Yes, they called Mrs. Boakai, the wife of JNB, Mrs. Katumu Wa Boakai, Auntie Katumu, as we call her. And they said, Mrs. Boakai, we want to assist, the government of Liberia wants to assist to fly the VP out of the country. But wait now, first of all, who told you all the VP condition is such that he needs to be flown out of the country? Listen, the first thing they wanted to establish is that the VP is so sick, they got to fly him out of the country. They said, wait. But who told y'all we got to fly him out? Okay. The Boakai family said, no, we do not want, we do not intend, we will not request nor accept any money from the government of Liberia for Joseph Boakai medical purposes or whatever. We will not accept it. Boakai. Then what did the family do, Boakai? The political party, Unity Party, what did UP do? UP issued a statement to the effect that they will not accept, or the former vice president will not accept anything from the government. So everybody already knows this. Then they hear the VP. Now what pays them off was Thursday is what pays them off. Last Thursday, Boakai. What happened on last Thursday, Boakai?
When the former VP appeared in public, strong and energetic,
dancing.
The person what they said,
his both hands moving freely, his speech unaffected, unchanged, everything perfect. Then they said, oh boy, how can a man be this well? That is what pisses them off. So now,
no,
you see a huge crowd of
Costa
seditions. No, yes, what really pissed them off. After they saw him very well, additionally, they saw a big gathering, a group of disenchanted seditions pledging support to Joe Boakai and joining the Unity Party. The man said, oh boy, the man also will be saved while the man here receiving people. Oh boy. Then
Costa. Yeah. So let me continue from there. So after that, Joe Boakai the next day left the country, boarded a plane, headed to the US. The next thing, the guys got so angry and bitter. Carrasco took onto Facebook and say,
to tell you, boss, thank you for helping Joe Boakai.
For helping Joe Boakai with the $75,000.
Now,
so, you know,
what question you do to Carrasco? Carrasco, please tell us who you're getting $75,000 to. Who delivered the $75,000? I'm trying to button this finger, man. Anyway, let me.
Was it through cash or check?
No, that's a good question. Was it check or cash? Who did you deliver the $75,000 to? Oh boy, who you getting money to? Did Joe Weah go to Joe Boakai house late at night to deliver the money? We just want to know. Who?
So, but will Costa.
Was it
if George Weah went to Joe Boakai house to deliver the money, or Joe Weah sent somebody, and Carrasco that is specialized in photographing, wouldn't you think that by now the photo have been surfaced, or the photo is now on social media? Don't you think so? Because the man is specialized in photo taking.
But listen, who they get the money to? That is the question. I hope somebody not take Joey 75,000 and lie to Joey and say they carry the bucket because nobody brought money. Look, let me tell you something. Joey himself is a bloody liar. He's a damn joker. He's a bloody liar. Joey did not give Joe. Let me tell you something. It is not in Joey's interest to give Joe Burger money quietly. They want to make it public so they can exploit it politically. What benefit does CDC government get from privately, quietly, nicodemously giving Joe Burger money? What benefit? They want everybody to know. So they will announce it. You see, didn't they issue a press release from the Ministry of Information that the government is helping to provide assistance in any way to Joe Burger?
Yes.
They said it.
They did that. Okay.
So then after saying that, why the same Ministry of Information cannot issue another press release to say, oh boy, we get a man 75,000 for the mental trial. Oh boy. Oh boy, what wrong? Let's do right now again. So if you that Carrasco the Minister of Information now, so this is absolute nonsense. This is absolute. I hope that my man Carrasco receive the money, eat the money. Oh boy. I hope Carrasco not eat the man. I hope Carrasco not collect the 75,000 and tell him, man, but we better carry to Joe Burger and eat the money on the road. Oh boy, Joey need to do investigation. The way on a stupid investigation again. Let me tell you something. Look, Joey needs to launch an investigation into the 75,000 and get a Carrasco to carry to Joe Burger.
Well, the 75,000 having sanction and extend to Joe Burger through Carrasco, but Carrasco refused to get a paper de ma. So now,
look, these guys are a bunch of idiots. Then you got all that Sanama Swan African Bobo kept sitting down there on spoon to open your stupid mouth, be talking nonsense. We will never ever take money. Look, let me tell you something. Everybody knows Joe Burger not a rich man, but Joe Burger got blessings. His blessings, he one of the richest that in blessing from people who love him, people who believe in him. Look, God forbid. If Joe Burger not get corporate to how to eat, we will do collection. That's the way they can do in the church. We'll take the basket and go around, we'll collect money to go feed Joseph Burger to your God forbid, he not get food to your that Joey will take money from. Childish man like Joey, who open more, he thought nonsense. He sent 2,500 chicken, like, oh, president. Former vice president, mother-in-law died at 2,500. He sent a token of, you say that sympathy. My people, you're normal. You have 2,500 the money you sent. We said we won't get the money back. Edwin still say he's scared to carry the money back to you. The Burger family will never accept any charity, any offer, anything from Joey. Yo, they will not do that. Burger, let's go to the phone lines and take some calls here. Carrasco needs to be investigated. If Carrasco did indeed take Joey money on the promise that he would take it to Joe Burger, he did not reach that money. That money leave halfway. Oh boy, what Carrasco did with the money?
They go buy more camera for. They may go buy more camera for the young getting around.
Maybe we need to even investigate because that 5,000 Carrasco brought to me in 2018. Maybe Joey getting more money than that. Oh boy, what? Do you think Joey getting more money than 5,000? Because they never brought 5,000 to me. He said, "Man, I don't want it."
The men may cause that 18 paper bro. But you know, the men know that by that time you and Joey you're not good rapport, no conversation.
With the 5,000, and he left the 5,000. I wanted to get smart. He said, "No, my man, let's stay." I told the money I pay all my people in the yard, all my people out there. I just took care of them and left. The man car he's that day. Why he was going? Oh boy, I hope that because he took my money, that the reason why he car he's. The man went in the hole. The man car went in the hole that day. And then we had a call for the help Carrasco to pull a car. Oh, I left in there and went to the airport. All right, let's go ahead and take some calls. Look, Carrasco, that's not your job. You shouldn't be on Facebook talking rubbish. You understand? You are the presidential aide to the president. And he's a nice guy. Carrasco is not a bad person. But Carrasco needs to know what to go and say on Facebook. Because because of how close you are with the president, certain things you should not be saying or doing.
Yeah.
Because people will say that the president telling you to do the thing, and that is so childish.
And Costa, anything he read.
And we getting 75,000. Who you get the money to? You never brought no money. Topaka will never take money from you. Let's go take some calls here.
Yeah, Costa, anything he writes as a special aid to the president, his partisans, the CDC people will take it and start running with it because it's coming from him. He's closer to the president. So any message are coming from him, the CDC will run with it. So why come as an individual and lie to the public that former Vice President Joseph Boakai received $75,000 from the government? Why lie?
Why would you waste that kind of money? 75,000, that's small money you bought. 75,000 US, you just get it 75,000 for what? Why did you give to Boakai that kind of money? Stupid people. Let's go take some calls at the top of the gate to Boakai money. In your dream.
All right, 070-102-102 886-010-383 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624-171. Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Hello, Baba. Morning.
Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Morning to Costa. This is a group of I'm joining from two communities.
Okay.
President, we are all know that a record is waiting in counter automated. And also, you mentioned something as spoon talk. You know, Spoon FM not credible. You will take it that radio station to be one of the credible.
Sorry, that'll take somebody from the WhatsApp number. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you, Pedro? This is good morning, Boakai. This is Journalist James Akwe, and I'm calling from the Waterloo in Iowa. What's up, brother? Long time, man. And Pedro, I love the clarification you made, when it comes to, and let me also take the time out to wish the former vice president is telling better the Unity Party and out here to the U.S. I love the clarification you made, when it comes to the 75,000, because, and I keep seeing it all over the place. I say, but then let me take my own time. Definitely, I know Costa is going to speak, about it and the rest of it. So, kudos to you. Great job. And thank you for all that you continue to do. And welcome again, the man who is going to unseat. And Josh, we are, of course, the next president of the Republic of Liberia, and Joseph Yuma Boakai, the incoming senator, and of most of the country, Henry Pedro Costa. Thank you very much and great job. Kudos to you.
Thank you, Brother James.
Thank you. Let's take more calls at Boakai.
0770102-102. Let's take Martina.
So who you get the money to? 75,000. You 75,000 is small money.
Martina, good morning. Welcome.
Morning, leader. Good morning to our many listeners. Martina Konate, Costa Princess, soon to the senator daughter on the land this morning. Waka, I like the topic on the discussion. I want to say thanks to my daddy for the clarity. Don't mind the people here. Carrascopa, the real story we want you to explain. He not come here to explain it. And when you not come to explain the photo on the TV lecture, we explain on my platform. We won't know the dollar-in-law and the father-in-law story because we hear a lot of things. Then you can tell the secret behind our friendship, all our huge gifts. Then you can tell because we know the person in question here, you don't spare none of your colleagues' wife, which is our president. That president has made a be better fraud. You can compare you to Joseph Boakai, or as Joseph Boakai, look at the man health condition, all the way he's sick. See the way that man is anointed. You get president that Christ that looking snappy, you're not even looking good. Then you want to tell all about the message, they get a message in the 5K. So we are just 75K to get to our president. Our incoming president, he go pay 77. We know 77 can't pay the water because they retire something ready. He now wanted the post to come out. That's how they were able to pay the people. They will pay the people. They don't have nothing to get that old man. And we will be close to that old man. Before he died, he will give us some of his anointing. We're not going to be beyond one young president. I'm looking at pregnant fraud. Thanks for having me on the line, Boakai.
Thank you, Martina.
Hey, Madam, let's then move calls there.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm okay. Welcome.
Good morning to Costa.
Morning,
My name is Joseph Newman and I join you from Gentleman's number 12.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah. You know, I just want to talk a little bit about our brother, our K2 brother. I don't know whether he ever completed the K2 even. Kalasco, who don't even know the difference between WHRLE and WHEY or even WHY. He don't know the difference between them. He posted that yesterday and CDC were all on commenting that yeah, Joe Biden received money and he took it to America. But we are here, we'll not joke with them.
All right. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for calling. That will take somebody from the WhatsApp number this morning. I just put it WhatsApp number. Good morning, welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Good morning.
Good
welcome.
morning.
What I want to say is that Costa, what you don't realize is that the government is panicking because Buaka is a threat as an aspirant president. So they're panicking, wanting to find fault, and you guys, you are protecting and shielding Buaka from knowing what's going on in your camp. You see, when the enemies want to find out something, they make up stories. So it's all political games. They just want to know what's going on in Buaka camp. And if they don't know what's going on, they just make up stories. And that's what exactly is happening. Secondly, Buaka once said that during the harmonization, that they cut down his own benefit. You know, they do everything to paralyze this man.
Thank you so much. We are talking about the misinformation spread by the presidential aide, Sekou Kalasco Damaro, a married man that is lying to the public that the government of Liberia gave former Vice President Joseph Boakai
He even
75.
said the government is a pa.
Oh,
yeah, man, Sekou, yeah, or Sekou one of the live podcast. Sekou money. Yeah, Kalasco, yeah.
Sekou, welcome, Sekou.
Kalasco, money. I know you and the president say that they got a VPN. Say money to VPN for me. Let VPN tell who you're getting money to.
Yeah, but Sekou, just tell her right here, man. You commented, just comment and tell her who you getting money to.
Kalasco, Kalasco, thousands of people listening to the radio, they're hearing you, they're hearing us talking about you. People watching Facebook, YouTube, listening SoundCloud, all over. Just tell who you're getting money to, Kalasco. Kalasco right here. The man just wrote my name right here. Kalasco, please tell who you're getting money to. The 75,000. Whether that was we have personal money or our government money, just tell who you're getting money to. They all want to. But let's take some calls. Why my man Kalasco thinking?
Yeah, so we can go to the person. Why you will get 75,000 for somebody that they will not get it? Good morning.
Good morning, Costa.
Welcome.
Yes, my name is Martin. I'm calling for Balancing Rotation Shan. I just want to take the my leader is upset to this morning again. He said Karanto is a nice guy. But look at the information all with people about somebody. Last week I told you, Karanto is a nice guy.
No, but to be real, say Kalasco is a nice guy.
Hey, my man, listen.
Yeah.
Doing politics. But as a person, Kalasco is not a bad, he's not a bad person. Now, politics, but we too will debunk his nasty politics. What he's doing is a lie. Kalasco is a friend of so many of us. Kalasco is a friend of myself, friend of Buakai, friend of everybody in the opposition, a Kalasco friend. But what Kalasco is doing is wrong. So we should be able to call our friend out. But at the same time, we can't say, oh, they evil. But what he's doing is wrong. It's childish. It is beneath his position as presidential aide. He should not be engaged in malicious lies. You know, he should not be doing that. And President Weah should not condone that. You understand? He should not condone that. So Kalasco just need to tell us who they getting money to. And all, okay?
That's all.
When people Kalasco watching the live video, please ask our brother Kalasco who they getting money to. Whoever they get the money to, I hope when they carry the money, they did not storm their toe, the money fall down and the money left there. I hope they. So who they get the money to? Oh, let's take some.
We just want to know.
You're asking Kalasco who they get the money to. Let's take calls.
Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Boaka.
Yeah, your name is joining us from?
My name is Laija Bikruma, and I'm calling from New Jersey Estate.
Welcome.
I just want to applaud you and Heron Costa for keep you on informed about activity in our opposition camp. So you can know why the presidency is so low, because look at our brother Kalasco, who is the special aide to the president, who does not filter information before coming, on the air and give it to the entire public. They see that the entire country is like a CDC. Because CDC are not using their own brain. What it tells them to their party headquarters, that's why they go by. If they know that their mother is not living, but the tendency your mother is living, they will come and say, yeah, my mother is living. That's what they told me on one of our trees. Okay. And secondly, we would like to hold Henry Costa in contempt because he's the original member of our base in Steven Taba Estate. We have transformed our base now to an intellectual center. The name is Emancipation Project. He has made 2 trips without visiting us. So if they come March, if you don't think come now, then that means we have to take action.
My brother, I will come. I will come. I will be there, my brother. I will be there. So Carrasco just posted, and I just highlighted his comment so all of you may see it. Carrasco said, ha 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 ha. He laughed you. Ha ha ha. I will keep the information for the appropriate time. You know me, I don't lie. You see that? When lie man won't lie, I say, I will tell you when the time reaches. But when not? Why you can just tell right now? We asked Carrasco the question. Carrasco, who did you deliver the money to? Who did Jovia deliver the money to? Can you just tell? Oh, you say no. You will keep the information for the appropriate time. And you can see how lie man. You see it? That's how you can know somebody lying. So,
what's the appropriate time you're talking about?
There's no appropriate
when
time.
When will be that appropriate time?
There's no appropriate time. Carrasco lying. Carrasco lying.
Let's
you
take
will keep the information for the appropriate time. Let's
take good morning. Welcome.
Mr. Kamara, good morning, my dear brother. And our leader, Henry Pedro Costa, good morning also, Chief.
Good morning, my brother.
For the public, I am the religious advisor to the Costa Show, and I'm calling from Bannersville this morning. I heard my hero saying that, including Boakai, that Carrasco is a decent man. I mean, Boakai, you who are known, can you sit on a platform now and just realize on somebody?
No.
You are not a decent man. A decent man, the way you behave, your life you live, your life you live, make you decent. Carrasco sat down. Yes, hello.
Listen, Carrasco is playing politics. Carrasco as an individual is a very nice guy. I've operated with Carrasco for years when I was with Fabric FM. I and Carrasco been operating. I know the individual I'm talking about. But the man is trying to play politics. That's why you see him doing what he's doing.
Get away with it.
Okay, thank you. But you know, one of the good things about it is, you know, the clarity from this platform, the Costa Show, has even grew bigger than his post. That's the good thing about it.
Yeah.
Even it's not a disrespect to United Party. United Party has come up with a release. How many of the Omar have heard it? But on the Costa Show now, it has kept many villages that Joseph Boakai did not receive money. So on that, I want to say very thank you to the Costa Show. And that is why I always say to people, who does it better than the Costa Show? You know?
Nobody.
So I want to appreciate you. Continue to do your work. Always, that's why people will follow you. May God bless you. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hey, folks, listen. I see some comments here that are completely unnecessary. Let's stick with the issues. Don't bring Carrasco's domestic affairs here, or don't make all kind of slanderous comments here. We'll not do that. I beg you. No, don't do that. Don't talk about the man's wife. Don't do that. We will not do that here. You will not say such thing. You say that, I will delete. Even if you're my strongest supporter, you don't bring the man's wife into this. No, I beg you. Carrasco's wife is not a politician. Carrasco is a politician. He's supposed to be political aid to the president. Yeah. I mean, presidential aid, but he decided to be a politician. So we'll deal with that. So do not bring the man's wife into this. If they want to say nasty things, let them say we will respond. But we will not talk about the wife here. I beg you. Don't do that. Do not do that. We will not accept that. Let's take some more calls there. Don't do that. Please. We will not do that.
Good morning.
Into your issue. Don't bring my wife. Cost me all you want, but don't bring my wife or my girlfriend into the issue.
My name is Abdullah Jara. I'm calling from Guinea.
Guinea, welcome. How is Guinea, my brother?
Yeah, Guinea is cool and kind, you know. So I on the talk show now. Yeah. So you know the father is Charlie, so the child is Charlie, so no need to worry about that stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
The person already challenged, so the person will be challenged too. So that there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Boy, did you see the video of Joe we are talking about Coca-Cola and comics? You saw it?
Yeah.
Somebody send it to me, man, so we can play it so I can hear it. Look, they got a hell of a guy. It means they put him more on Ellis Comics. Coca-Cola. I just let the way they make it pronounce Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. They got a PC guy. Coca-Cola. Joey, Coca-Cola. Oh my God. Let's find the video and play Coca-Cola. He said comics only know how to make chemical. But who told Joey I say the Coca-Cola like chemical? Maybe I'm not a chemist. What they meant, I want no chemistry. What they meant, more Ali, they call it chemical Ali. What chemical Ali? Zizu, you know chemistry to me. I used to fail in chemistry in school. But the ingredients that make Coca-Cola, are they chemicals? What they got some chemicals that are consumable, and they got some that are toxic. So I don't know, maybe the man right. But the way the man talk about the Coca-Cola, the man pronounce Coca-Cola, yeah, my grandma in the village, Japan. Coca-Cola. All right. We're gonna take some more calls. Okay, take some calls there while you're trying to find the video. I mean, Joey, I help it.
I'm trying to find it.
I got it. I got a video. I'm gonna send it to you. Thank you, brother Darrington calling.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Costa, good morning, American people, good morning, Lamar people. Good morning, American people that are taking care of the Day Valley. I thank them well. CDC Day Valley. Because they already called the incoming president of the Republic of Liberia. They say he are dead. He no longer poor. They say he poor again. Just gave 75,000 to him. For me, one other idiot on radio this morning that called me when he knew Joseph Barker is getting some 30,000. He was on the way to hospital and call. He also don't wear things. Who called the president Monello Valley 2,500. They went off air and discredited immediately the party. Nobody forced him. Then that man will take 75,000 and give away one law money like a child. He will take 75,000. They cannot score. Cannot score. When he was broke before we made him president today, rich. They are now hard just about to broke. Just about to know people. He educated. He worked for the government. He worked for the people. And not the old just about to nobody think. And we will defeat them, and that is running away from. Getting the party in their
Thank you so much, Pangomo. Let's play the video. Let's play the video now.
Let's play the video. So we are saying a message Coca-Cola. Play.
Yeah.
Play now.
Yeah, I'm trying to play right now. Josh.
Coca-Cola.
Let's see if we can take it from this end. All right, now take this person while we
and that's just a coconut factory. Coconut factory is right on the other end. Those that every day making more. Say that I work with Coca-Cola, and I work with Coca-Cola. You work with Coca-Cola. You think because Liberia and find the chemical to mix chemical. I can make Coca-Cola. I can make my own Coca-Cola. But they boast on the only thing they do to be on the board of Coca-Cola and the boasting. But to be on board of Coca-Cola, I can be on board anything. I work with FIFA. You understand? But now being on the board, if you're on the board and Coca-Cola is close in Liberia, and you're a Liberian, then you're not serious. Do you know how Coca-Cola came back to this country? Those that boasting that were on their board and what have you, they were there and they allowed Coca-Cola to close and leave. Today, the Coca-Cola that you the soft drink that you're drinking, you know how it came to the country? It was through my
instrumentality of my partner. It's even better. It's even better. It tastes better than what they took from us. Because everybody wanted to embarrass the government to show that these children you're bringing, they don't know anything. So they were cutting their cars, taking their stuff back. But they made a big mistake because they thought that you had a lot of novices to development of this country. But we watched this country and move from one end to another end. We came back and you gave us a mandate. And we will continue to develop our country. If you are not lucky, it's your business. We're not going to follow you.
Right. You play one more time. First of all, Coca-Cola. The word is not cocoa. Cocola. It doesn't have to put it Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. What it means is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Joey, ever say you were born? Say it like in time. You not know the thing and not Coca-Cola. The man saying he made Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola can be sweeter than the one coming to make it. But let's go back. Play from the beginning. Play.
We are making me feel good money.
You know, and that's just a Coca-Cola factory. Coca-Cola factory is right on the other end.
Coca-Cola factory is right on the other end, right? Just here. The villain said no, they play the Coca-Cola factory. Coca-Cola factory just on the other end.
Play.
Every day making more. Saying I work with Coca-Cola, and I work with.
Because another packet, baby, you making more.
Making more. Every day making more. You understand? Oh, Joey, I can never talk with us saying you understand? Those that he let those that. Why you guys say those that? Why it's never those that is wrong. Those who are you guys say those that. Oh, play.
Well, Oprah, it is la bureau invent the chemical to mix chemical.
Like brother chemical to mix chemical.
To mix chemical. Those that. Play.
They're making more saying I work with Coca-Cola. And I work with Coca-Cola. You work with Coca-Cola. It is la bureau invent the chemical to mix chemical. Chemical. I can mix Coca-Cola. I can make my own Coca-Cola. But
Joey have 50, Kumi 0.
You think that problem that to mix chemical? But who told Joey as a LS community to be in the factory to Google a factory mixing the world? Oh God.
But the boast on the only thing they do to be the boat of and the boasting. But to be on.
Hey, but stop calling my phone. Stop calling me.
When I be distracted.
Well, Coca-Cola, it is because la bureau invent the chemical to mix chemical. Mixing chemical. I can mix Coca-Cola. I can make my own Coca-Cola. But they boast on the only thing they do to be on the boat of Coca-Cola and the boasting. But to be on board of Coca-Cola, I can be on board anything. I work with FIFA. You understand? But now, being on the boat, if you're on the boat and Coca-Cola is close in Liberia, and you're a Liberian, then you're not serious. Do you know how Coca-Cola came back to this country? Those that boasting that were on their boat and what have you, they were there and they allowed Coca-Cola to close and leave. Today, the Coca-Cola that the soft drink that you're drinking, you know how it came to the country? It was through my instrumentality with my partner. It's even better. It tastes better than what they took from us. Because everybody wanted to embarrass the government to show that these children you're bringing, they don't know anything. So they were cutting their cars, taking their stuff back. But they made a big mistake because they thought that you had a lot of novices to the development of this country.
Costa, this is the president of the Republic of Liberia speaking. And if you speak in such a manner, don't you think you are dividing the country? You are heavily dividing the country. Since you became president, you have divided this country, and up to now, you keep dividing the country. You are there for the seditions, and people that are not supporting you, you are against them. This is not how a government is supposed to run. And clearly, you have been into this for a very long time.
First of all, let's educate Georgia. Ellis Cummings was not in a factory mixing chemicals. Ellis Cummings started working for Coca-Cola as a manager. From Coca-Cola West Africa to Coca-Cola Africa to Coca-Cola Global. Ellis Cummings went on to become the chief administrative officer and executive vice president for Coca-Cola. He was the third man in command. You can go on the thing, you will see it there in the organizational structure. Third man in command. He was not some guy in a factory mixing Coca-Cola, mixing chemicals to make Coca-Cola. And Joey, you are a bloody liar. You cannot make any Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has a recipe that has never been copied by anybody. It is the world's most recognizable brand that nobody can copy. To say you can make your own Coca-Cola. The thing about Coca-Cola is that they never ever file a patent for their formula. It is what they call a trade secret. Coca-Cola is a trade secret. It was never ever filed. They never filed a patent. So for you to say you can make your own Coca-Cola, it can be sweeter. People have tried. Other countries have tried, and they have failed. Huh? Mm-hmm. They have failed. So you are just a joker. You claim you can do everything. You can make Coca-Cola. You can make it. When I see what you claim you can be good president, you see president. You understand the way you can say. You understand. You understand. You understand. We can never talk with us saying you understand. But let's take 3 calls that Buckeye. Call it a day. 3 more calls quickly.
All right. Now take somebody from this line. Good morning.
Good morning, Buckeye. Good morning to Petro Henry Costa. Thank you, brother. This is Oscar Jaikuya from Baba Little Town this morning. You know what is happening in this country. The Carrasco man, the attitude of Carrasco is wrong, but this is politics. This is politics. Even if that politics you want to lay, it's wrong in the way. You can't tell me some repetition on which you know with yourself is not true. 75,000 were not given to our leader, Mr. Omen Jima Bwakai. 75,000 were not given to the man. So why must you lie in that direction? It's wrong. It's not right. Because if you say something tomorrow, you should be able to defend what you said to the public. And now, it says moving around, now reaching stories, and the fact that we're given to user Jima Bwakai from President William, which of is for. That's how you run politics. That's how you do propaganda. But what I observe is that the attitude of Carrasco is not happening by own will and pleasure. But it seems to be that there are certain people or the big men pushing him to be saying things that look unsettled for the public. That is wrong in that way.
Thank you so much, my brother. Now take another person on the line. We have to make way for 2 more calls. 0770-102-102. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, Buakai. Good morning, Costa.
Welcome.
Morning.
This is Mr. Tubate Bodi Bell.
Welcome, sir.
You know, the thing about the lack of understanding. Let me refer to you. They are always saying the public is crippled, is crippled day and day. It's a no history. Let a retrospect. 1945, when a great United States of America was ruled and was led by this man, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was born as polio. Do you think the American people are stupid? Were they stupid to look at men like that to make a president? And he make a great record in the history of the world today. A great United States. This Franklin Delano Roosevelt. A polio man who stabbed on a gavel, had a gavel, the highest nation in the world, and made that country today. So, Mr. Boga, we can say to the senator and I saying that, the man is old, the man is old. Yes, he old, but he got a Western, got a charisma to lead his country. The man, who are gay, he didn't want to be Tanchi, no Pamachi, Kotachi. So they made me president because you see the money given to you. Want to add a pay to things, but by that, there's some winning for that. Election.
Thank you so much. Now take our final caller from the US. Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Ken. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear. Welcome. Your name is joining us from?
Yeah, my name is Pastor Mo. I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina. I want to say good morning to you and the leader there, HPC. I just want to say a few words before I leave. Church, we have not unified this country. Church, we have divided like we were ever than before. And I just want to send a word out to our Liberians out there. It is a time for each and every one of us to get on board. What do you have for that other party and that other party? The common enemy of Liberia right now is George Weah. And to all of the pastors who's sitting on the fence and acting like they are neutral, you cannot be neutral. Why am I saying this? Because the God we serve, God is not neutral. Many of you act like Nicodemus. You go and you meet these leaders at night and they give you money and you stand on your pulpit and you bring them in your church and you put oil on their head. This is no time for any pastor or imam to act like neutral. It's time for each and every one of us to put our hands together to make sure that Liberia is liberated through the ballot.
All right. Thank you so much. That's our last call, of course.
Thank you so much, Reverend Moore. God bless you. And you are right. Neutrality is not an option. Sometimes neutrality is a sign, is a demonstration of complicity and acquiescence. When things are as bad as they are, as a patriot, if you call yourself one, you cannot stay on the sidelines and say neutral and claim to be neutral. You have to take a side, and you must take a side with what's good because God himself commands you to do it. Even in the Holy Quran, you have a duty. You have a duty to stand up and fight for the poor and the oppressed and the marginalized in society. It is in the Holy Quran as it is in the Bible. Jesus Christ preached it. Now, folks, this brings us to an end of today's broadcast. You've been watching, you've been listening to the Costa Show. So we tackle our man Kalasco until he confessed that he lied. Essentially, our Kalasco just was on this platform that he lied. He was just joking. He never took money to Joe Paga. We never get Joe Paga money. He was just joking. So my people, y'all forgive Kalasco. Kalasco was just lying. He was just joking. So that's what happened. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll be back at tomorrow same time, 10:30 a.m. Liberian time, 5:30 a.m. Delaware time. You all have yourselves a wonderful, blessed day. Be safe. Be kind. Be blessed. Bye-bye.